Yeah, it's sometimes the cars that are so rare, people don't even know about them because they're so rare. Yeah, right.
It's like, nice BMW, man. Like, but like no one actually knows.
No, nobody knows. Yeah. I was driving the other two around today. Yeah. As I'm driving around, like nobody has any clue how rare it is.
Dude, that car sounds so dope. Yeah. Rock and roll, guys. Welcome today. Well, this is a beautiful, check this out. Let's do a little like, holy cow, we haven't seen the sun in 6 months here in Utah. This is awesome. And today is a really, really special day because my super rare Paul Walker owned E36 M3 Lightweight will be joined by not one, but two other E36 M3 Lightweights. This is a really rare occasion. In fact, I scoured the internet. I could not find another time when we had three of these things driving next to each other down the road. 126 ever made. Many of them have been crashed or turned into track cars. This guy was Paul Walker's personal E36 M3 Lightweight, and we've got two others. We're gonna go check them out. Just got this car back from Enthusiast Auto Group, EAG. They are the preeminent and probably the most important BMW specialists in the entire country. So most of the M3 Lightweights that have been sold have at one point or another come through their hands. So guys, great job. This car is so tight and so fantastic. I'm stoked out of my mind to be driving this thing. Three and a half years ago, I go to Barrett Jackson almost every year. Love cars. I take my kids, I take my dad, I take my father-in-law. We all fly down, we spend the day or two going through Barrett Jackson and some of the other auctions they have down there. And I knew, because I've always loved these E36 M3 Lightweights, I knew that there was a really special collection of them coming through Barrett Jackson. And Paul Walker of Fast and Furious fame had owned 5 of these cars. He had 5 in his collection, which is unbelievable that somebody could even find this many to buy, but let alone amass them in one garage. And so I went down, we looked through all of them. There was a really low mile one, I think 4,000 miles, but it had some accident damage. And just through personal experience, I didn't want a car that had been wrecked before. And so nobody knew really how much these things were gonna go for. They were like, no reserve. And I think the highest priced E36 M3 ever, lightweight, had sold for like 140, I think, or 150, at least that I could find. And so I get up on stage, we identified this car that we're in as the one we want. It was, I think, the second lowest mileage, but it felt, when we looked around it, and I had a couple other people with me, when we looked it over, it felt like it was the most complete and the most original. And I don't know, it just felt right. And so I'm like, okay, I'll go up to like 180, maybe 200 on this thing. Well, anyway, get up on stage, the first car goes through, and I think it did 220 or something like that. And I'm like, oh crap, like instantly raised my expectations of what I'm gonna have to pay for this car. And then the second one went through, and I think that was the 4,000 mile car, and it went for like, I wanna say 340 or something. It was like a huge number. So at that point, I was a little bit deflated, and I think the whole room was like, oh dude, people came to seriously pay up for these cars. So then my car came through, I was on stage, I had my 10-year-old son with me, I guess he was 9 at the time, my 9-year-old son with me, and he's like, Dad, I think you should buy this car. He's like, I really think we should buy this car. And I'm like, that's rad, kid, go get a job.
Boom, roasted.
You know, like pay for it yourself. And anyway, we're up there and the crowd gets going, and Barrett Jackson seriously knows how to whip people up. I paid $240 for the car, the gavel hammered, and the car was mine. I had it shipped, it stayed in Arizona for a little while. It eventually made its way to Utah, where my buddy Grant at Renew Auto kind of set about fixing some of the cosmetic stuff. But ultimately, the car kind of needed a rotisserie restoration, and so that's where it wound up in the hands of Enthusiast Auto Group last fall. They spent several months going through new old stock headliner. I mean, you can see some of the carbon pieces. These are original E36 M3 Lightweight pieces. These are not reproductions. We went no expenses spared on this restoration. And so here we are driving what is arguably the absolute best 15,000 mile 1995 E36 M3 Lightweight in the world. So here's some interesting features about this car. So we're cruising, it's like 60 degrees outside, 65 out right now. I am roasting, okay? So we could turn on like some air, but here's the thing about the E36 M3 Lightweight. This car has no air conditioning. And look at this, let me type in there, get the radio going. Oh, here we go. There's no radio in this car, okay? This car is about a purist driving experience. So your hand on the manual transmission, your heel towing, it is lightweight. There's not a ton of power, it's 240 horsepower, but supposedly they picked the very best engines for these cars that were, you know, dyno tuned before they even slotted into the cars. But it is tight, it is well sprung at Limitless, hosted by Lux Auto Spa and the Cars for Kids crew. I think I did 140 plus miles per hour in this exact car, and it was rock solid, like rock solid. So the driving experience is like unmatched. It's such a good car. Hey guys, this is what I promised you, okay? Not one, not two, but 3 E36 M3 Lightweights, guys. Hey, Jaime, come here really quick.
Yes.
This is my friend Jaime. He's graciously allowed us to come over to his house and test out these cars. Which one do you think is fastest?
Well, first off, am I getting blurred out too?
Oh, yes.
I want the blur too.
Okay, he's getting the blur.
I guess it depends on which one I'm driving.
Oh,
that's the fastest one, right?
That's
right.
We're racing for slips, although these aren't his cars.
No,
so
they're not my cars. They're on loan to me from
Hey.
a very gracious friend.
Can I say who?
Yeah, shout out to Mute Collector.
Mute Collector.
Yes.
Bro, thank you so much. Seriously, really special to have all 3 of these cars together.
He's ruined you though.
Dude,
This one's insane. It sounds ridiculous.
Huge mistake. Jaime told me to get in this car, and just pulling it out of the garage, it sounds like a fire-breathing, you know, Euro. And our cars sound like a minivan of some level, you know? Like these cars are super fun to drive. Admittedly, they don't sound great. This one? Dude,
Yeah.
Hey, you like that? Huh?
That's my
I like it.
wheel, dude.
Oh yeah, I didn't think
That's
about
literally
that.
my car on the back of your shirt.
Honestly, what's funny, I was wearing this before I even knew you were going to help out.
Oh, yeah?
It didn't even cross my mind it was your car either. But it's the perfect shirt now that I think about it. But this one has the Euro motor in it, which supposedly is like the only one. I guess.
52 or something.
Yeah. This, and I drove both of them today.
That thing moves.
And this one is like, I had no idea. It sounds so much better. It's so much quicker.
So the 126 that happened only came with the S50. I think it's called an S50.
I don't know.
It was 240 horsepower, but the Euro motor had 321.
That's right, yeah.
Yes, but so I gotta think this is an engine swap, because I'm not aware of any that came stock with the Euro motor.
Supposedly.
There was
the
one.
only one in the world.
There was one.
And that's why he bought a second one. Because
this
there's
is
no
dope.
reason, that's my understanding, but I don't know, I could be wrong. Mute
this
Collector
is
might be watching this and be like, no, it wasn't, I don't know
This
anything.
is a Euro motor, like from stock, like from factory. That is insane.
I think it is. I think it's the only one. I think that's why he bought it. Because he's like, this is the unicorn of unicorns. Because I made the mistake, I drove this one first.
Yeah.
And then I got in this one.
You're like, what's wrong with it?
And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I only want to drive this one. So I'm gonna put this downstairs, put the cover on the triple charger, and then.
Yeah.
But it's an insane car.
It's so good. This spec is so good. Oh, James, don't chop that car
That's the only way I'm gonna pay for all that back there. You see, if I'm
pretty quiet.
Not very good. But this one,
Yeah.
I don't know what they did to this, but it sounds great.
It rips.
It does.
Yeah, that Euro motor. All right, let's go.
like looking over and seeing just 2 more. That was sick. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I don't. It's like I've seen maybe one other in my entire life outside of the Barrett Jackson thing. You know?
I've never seen another one.
You've never seen another one?
No,
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
No.
Like you've seen Paganis and Bugattis and all that
Oh,
other
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
But like most people don't know what this car is. It's a special, very limited edition. Like it's just you don't. They're not
This
around.
is as rare as a Pagani like coupe, like
Yeah.
a Lyra coupe, right?
Yeah.
Didn't they build
Yeah.
100 of those?
Yeah.
Around there, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how many have been like wrecked. I know a bunch
Right.
of them got converted into race cars, like track cars, like a bunch.
So
of
there's
them.
probably less than.
There's 126 made,
Right.
and there was probably, my guess is 15 to 20 into pure track cars, that
Right.
were just hammered,
Right.
or,
Probably
or
couple,
gone,
couple crash. I'm
couple
sure.
crashes,
Yeah. Right.
I mean, you might have 100 left.
Do you know how much
in-
lighter this is than the M3? 200 pounds.
Yeah, it's a
200
couple.
pounds?
It's
Yeah.
like a couple 100 pounds.
I thought they got rid of the AC, but they don't have.
No, this doesn't have AC. It just has.
It just has the, it just acts like it does.
I thought it was just out. I was like, that's the worst AC I felt.
No,
What do you need AC
this
today?
AC is
I
terrible.
just wanted to try it.
Oh, okay,
I
I
saw the
see.
knobs. I was just,
Okay.
Yeah, but his has a radio.
Yeah. I'll find out.
Like,
I'll find
I-
out because I'm curious now.
That's an interesting car, you know.
Yeah.
Euro motor and radio. And I was always under the impression it was the USA motor and no radio and no AC.
When this car came out, what, 94?
90, yeah, end of 94.
In 94, did you see this car and this was like a special car to you at
Yes,
the time?
100%.
I
This
only
was-
heard about it because you have one.
This-
And then I just happen to have 2 in my garage now.
What was really interesting, and this actually happened. This happened with the Carrera GT and a couple other, like the LFA, I think falls into this category. When they came out, no one bought them. Like the
okay.
Carrera
Right.
GT, like they had a hard time actually selling that.
Right,
car.
yeah.
You know, and now it's this collector's item. So I think part of the reason they made 126 is because they couldn't
Sell
sell
anymore.
them.
Right,
Like
yeah.
they just sat
So
on.
that's what it is.
There are several examples that sat on showroom floors for like 3 years before somebody bought it.
Right.
Because it was way more expensive than a standard M3. The performance, quite frankly, isn't that much better. you
Right.
know?
Because
So-
what? Same motor, 200 pounds less? That's
Yeah,
it?
it's 200 pounds less.
Okay, so
Like,
you
that's
just get rid of
pretty
a
much it.
passenger and it's the same
And
thing,
it's the
right?
same thing.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay.
Yes. Yeah. I like that you think I'm 200 pounds though. That's dope, dude.
I like that you think I'm 200 pounds too. Yeah, let's go, baby. Hey, I think we probably average to 400.
That's
right?
probably
I
right.
bet we
That's
do.
right.
I bet
I'm
we do.
245.
Okay, I'm 160. So yeah,
There
we're
we
there.
go.
Yeah, we're there. We're there.
Average of 200 pounds. Yeah.
Oh, that's so sick. Oh my gosh, that's so sick. Hey, Dan, can we swap? They're gonna swap real quick. Can you stop?